Oh, okay, so when you don't have a dryer and you start hanging your clothes outside, you go through mixed emotions. It's nice and fresh and you're like, wow, and this is energy saving. You feel so good about yourself. But the longer you go without a dryer, the more you start to realize how convenient it is. And you're like, oh shit, hopefully I get a dryer soon. So that could be the energy. Right now, that's what I'm picking up on. That's what just came to me before I even hit the play button or the record button, the play button. So the energy in itself, gratitude, but having that mixed sense of emotion when it comes to a certain, I almost want to say relation. So this could be family, friends, past lovers, or current lover, whatever this is. This is having the appreciation for what you have before it's gone. Okay, and some people have lost out on your energy, quite possibly, and that's their loss. Because if they didn't appreciate you, if they just took you for granted, then very well could be put in that situation where now they're seeing what it's like to go without. Cancerian. All right. You guys had your birthday not too long ago. I don't know if I've been wishing you guys happy birthday. Anyways, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for the likes, shares, comments, for keeping it clean, respectful. If you're new, I do the 13 zodiacs and not the 12. Okay, Cancerian. Let's see, something to do with your brain. That's what holds all the secrets, all the knowledge, that moon energy. What do you got going on, Cancerian? Lots of emotions. Maybe you've got mixed emotions about a certain situation that you're going through right now. And you want to rationalize and think logically, but at the same time, your emotions making you in your feels, which makes it harder to think, maybe to function, maybe even just to focus on tasks at hand or whatever the fuck it is that you're supposed to be, pardon me, that you're supposed to be doing. I swear, but in a good way. It's to add some spice to life. For some reason, there's a random bobby pin here and there's a piece of hair. So there's a connection for somebody. This one just came out off the top. 5 of Cups in reverse. So it's good that you're not allowing this to get yourself in the funk. You're not allowing yourself to kind of be overwhelmed with it. Just because you're feeling it doesn't mean that you have to be ever consumed by it. You're allowed to feel emotions. You're allowed to be a little bit regretful, or maybe other people are in this energy right now of losing out, but they're not allowing it to control them. Or this could also be symbolic too of all the things that you have let go of, or what they've let go of. But you're not sitting and wallowing in it, which is nice, because that's not what we want to see for you guys, the collective. Cancerian, I certainly don't want to see you wallowing over something. As long as you pick yourself up, keep going. There's that strength. There's a little bit of fear there when it came to certain things. It was a bit of a challenge, whatever this that you're experiencing right now. It's a bit of a challenge, and yeah, that's basically what life is. It throws us some weird shit, and then expects that we know what the weird shit is, and then the divine expects that we learn the lesson out of it, and that we move forward to enjoy the rest of our journey in this human experience, in this vessel of ours. It's weird because the people that are not awake and aware to it, some people were under heavy ritualistic spell work, and some people were had certain damages done, or maybe they had a concussion, or there's certain things that were not connecting for the synapses in the brain to allow the opening and the expansion of the mind. Okay, because you need to have those signals going every which way, and sometimes if there's a bit of like, doesn't mean you can't heal. It's actually proven that your body can heal. And I may not be a doctor, but you can look out there to the multitude of different informations that's given on the internet. And yes, you can heal your body, and you can also heal your brain too. You can come back from certain injuries. Obviously, if it's extreme, that's one thing, but this is an emotional injury right here. And whatever fears that you had or phobias, I don't think you're allowing them to keep you in a 5 of Cups energy. Or this could be the people that were experiencing that sort of thing. You yourself could not be stuck, but they could still be in a sense of fear. Maybe this is over the choices that you're making or the decisions that you're making, or this could be over you wanting change. Yeah, that would be decisions too, Amanda. So you could talk to yourself a lot. I'm getting whoever this is. You talk to yourself a lot. There's that moon energy. Yo. There's that moon energy. Yeah, you often have conversations with yourself, maybe deliberate. Maybe you have like a whole, I want to say courtroom session, or you have a whole boardroom meeting. You sit down, you get briefings. You make sure you go over all the information that you know and are aware of, and then the stuff that you're not aware of, you sense that it is there. So you get like inclining, or you have hunches, or you have your intuition kick in, your third eye. This could have a lot to do with the signs and synchronicities that you get too. You know it's there. Sometimes you may not have proof for it, and it may not have come out just yet. The light hasn't hit it just yet. Oh, what was I gonna put? The other day, I didn't even make the post, or did I make the post? I got to go back and check, but randomly it came to me as a download. It's like a post or something you would say, a quote, and it is, how did I put it? Even a diamond is not able to be fully seen or appreciated, or doesn't shine as bright unless the light hits it or goes through it, something along the lines of that. Sounded way more epic when I first thought of it and said it. I hope I posted it. That was really cool. But yeah, unless the sun comes down, unless light is shone on a diamond, unless it's actually hitting the diamond, it doesn't seem as bright or shiny. It doesn't seem as vibrant until the light hits it. A diamond in the dark, it's almost hardly noticeable. That light has to shine through it. So that's what I'm getting for the moon energy here. There's going to be a point in time, whether this is with the people you're dealing with or this is yourself, there's going to be a point in time where the light's going to come through and shine on everything. It's going to make it a lot brighter, maybe even make yourself a lot more noticeable, depending on what this is. Maybe it's value, maybe it's worth, self-love. Let's get a little bit of this in our cards. What have we got here? Communication, not just with yourself, but with other people. Good catch. Oh, there's that one, my handwritten one. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is from Inner Child. How much do you think you deserve? I'm going to say it in a childlike voice. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you deserve to suffer? Now you know what to do. And I wrote that with my left hand. A numbed limb still has a purpose, same as a broken limb or a healthy limb. This could do with connections when it comes to resources that you have, connections with people. So just because one of them doesn't seem to be active or doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to do, maybe this is a connection with the person, or maybe this is your own synapses or something like that, doesn't mean it doesn't have a purpose and that it's not going to be useful down the road. Okay, another handwritten. Okay, your inner child says, hey, I love you, I missed you, and all the fun we have. Smile. So get out, get into the sun, maybe shine some light on yourself. Right now it's a little bit overcast here, but wherever you are, get some nourishment. Let your skin be touched by the sun. I don't care if they have these warnings and stuff. Clearly, if you're exposed to anything that is too much, whether that be like anything, fluids even, you drink too much water and you don't have the rest of the stuff, you'll end up getting water toxicity. Right? You gotta put other things in your body too. You gotta have the balance with sodium. But you may need to get out into the sun. You could always go to a tanning salon, okay? I'm not saying overindulge, but what is the external of you? Okay, so your situation showing you to help you learn more about what you can heal. So when people are chaotic and not organized internally, most of the time you notice that whether it be their living quarters or maybe their vehicle or whatever is going to be a bit more messy, or chaotic. Some people love that. They thrive in it. They know exactly where everything is and it doesn't matter. And that could be the same internally too. The way that they function internally could be chaotic and messy, but they know where everything is and they are able to pull out certain things they need at certain times. Other people are more organized, more cleanly, or maybe they have certain things, and that is a sense of control. That's also a sense of comfort and security. Having things prioritized a certain way or maybe cleansed on the outside is kind of the way you think of yourself internally too. So it's a good reflection. What's going on external of you? You may need to sage, okay? It could be a form of self-defense too. What's going on external of you, your situation currently right now is going to tell you something about yourself. Brain, pituitary. Maybe unblock certain things or stop taking certain things that are going to be blocking the way your body functions, what you're eating, what you're not getting. Because vitamin B, vitamin D, what was the one, vitamin... This is real. It's legit. You can look it up. You ask a pharmacist, they may not know what you're talking about. I think it comes from like apricot or something like that, peaches, the pits themselves. But there's a B17. Okay, you get the vitamin B3 or B12 and all this other stuff, but there's a B17, and apparently it's very crucial, and it's anti-cancer, but not cancerian. It's anti-cancer. And it's got a lot of benefits for the body. Okay, past life oracle card. Let's get back onto it. Egypt ties. You yourself have very deep roots in Egypt, right? And that doesn't mean that you were actually born and raised there, but you very well could have been. But you have blood ties with this. So your ancestors are wanting you to do some research on this. A lot of this is coming out now because there was a point in time, especially in Egypt, where it was like the artistic boom, almost. That's what I want to call it. I think there's another name for it, where there's just like an explosion of architecture and art and the hieroglyphs and everything like that. I'm going to see if I can look it up right here, right on this. Just give me a second. I'm going to pause this not to waste time for your reading. Okay, I found it. So early dynastic period in Egypt, art boom. So it says 3150 C to 2613 BCE. It's often considered the peak of ancient Egyptian art. During this period, the art of Egypt reached its height. Okay, and there was also something to do with the rain too when it came to the couples at that time, whichever one. I don't know if it's like oh my gosh. You know what? Sometimes when I get these things coming in and I've already researched them, I don't always memorize them. I apologize. But you can do your own research too. And there is a specific point in Egypt. Now, all of it had to do with art, whether it be their stonework or their jewelry, their fine jewelry, or their makeup, or their anything like that. Like, it all goes throughout the history of Egypt up to the period where I think it was Rome or something like that had come in and kind of fucked shit up. Anyway, so do your past ancestral ties, okay? There's that moon energy. Let's see, can we get a little bit more for Cancerian? You could very well know some people, whether this be in your own family, that have certain symbols on them, or maybe they've always liked ancient Egypt, or this could be you, the one in the family that really took a liking to it. I know my grandmother on my mom's side, I remember being at the cottage, and she had these cups from when because she used to travel a lot with my nono, and she had these cups specifically, and I remember them like clear as day. One had like Tutankhamun on it, and like the sarcophaguses and everything like that. They're glass cups about like that, and they had all ancient Egypt stuff on that. I just remember as a kid when I was drinking out of it, I would sit there and I would spin the cup and I would just be fascinated by it, and it just took like my attention right to it. So this could be something that you've been interested in for a long time, and it's been calling you. Semaphore. An apparatus for signaling at a distance, usually a pole supporting a movable arm. So you could be getting signs and synchronicities. This could be like waving of like a white flag or a red flag, which is weird. That would be root chakra. Semaphore, an apparatus for signaling at a distance. This could be waving of the arms too, somebody trying to get your attention. Also, what is drawing me, what I'm seeing is when people are landing on a flight deck or when people are coming in for a landing, they have certain signals. Crossing, one arm up, one arm down, and stuff like that, the flags. Yeah. Usually a pole supporting a movable arm. So I'm trying to picture, would that be a flag itself on a flagpole? That could be representative in some way. Take it as it resonates. But I'm trying to picture like a pole that supports an arm of something. Well, there's those posts, the ones that stick out like that have the signs underneath them, the swinging signs. What else is coming to my mind right now too? Mailbox for some reason, which is odd because that's not actually an arm. Or would it be? It has a flag on it too. Something about flags, poles, and arms. Okay, take it as it resonates. All right, let's get back into it. Ancient Egypt. Can we get a little bit more specifics on that one? This one is hidden. What's coming to light? The sun. We got the sun and the moon. Good, healthy balance. That's what I like to see. Okay, your inner child is calling to you their connections with the divine universe, or this could be your ancestral ties too. So whatever this is, they want the light shone on whatever the situation is. They want you to know what's going on. Island Time Wellness cards. Not showing at this time. True feelings, hiding, personifying, pretending, deluding, gaslighting. You could have been gaslit by many of people. All right. Or this could be you not showing your true feelings when it comes to maybe weaknesses. That could be these fears that I was talking about, the phobias. But it doesn't look like it's ever consuming. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's controlling your every move. And I think that's upsetting or it's fearful for some other people. So when you make certain judgment calls or you do certain things because you're going based off your instincts, what you are able to see that they can't, it kind of frightens them a little bit. They may not be able to show their true feelings, and that would be personally on them. Can we get a little bit more for that? Island Time on this card. Why is this card coming out? There's that separation there. Okay, separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. If you walked away from certain people or people walked away from you, this could be what they're feeling at this time. It doesn't feel like you're in the Five of Cups energy. That's not what I'm picking up for you, Cancerian. So I don't think you're too worried about that. I think you have other things that are kind of keeping you preoccupied. Not just emotionally, but like physically too. And the whole thinking process. I think you're aware that there's certain things going to be coming to light. There's certain things going to be told or said. But at this time, you're not putting all your energy or focusing on that because you know it's already going to be coming out, especially with this sun energy. The moon and the sun, silver and gold. What else can we get for Cancerian? Yeah, there were two specific people in ancient Egypt that were ruling at that time during the art boom. Maybe I'll take a second. Literally says second. Next after the first, repeated again. Inferior, other, one, or that which comes next to a first. So you could be considered second in line. This could be of ranking as well. First, or one who supports another. You could be supportive of other people's dreams. Maybe they're not so supportive of yours. Regardless, like I said, it's not controlling you. Attendant in a duel. This could be a spiritual battle. A 16th part of a minute. So that would be fractions. Fractions of a second. Fractions of maybe a divide. So when you're dividing something up, there's fractions to it. Just like a pie or something like that. And it's still the one whole circumference of a pie, but it's split up into fractions. So it's still, again, part of one big thing, but it's just kind of a smaller aspect of it instead, if you're catching what I'm saying right now. Okay. Lower part in music. So that could be notes. Remember to take notes, or this could be vibrational frequency too. Music could be a way of how you use to heal or maybe get through certain situation that you're going through. That could be your version of putting like the flag up, the certain music that you listen to. Maybe it bothers other people, or it could have bothered you in the past. Certain sounds may have hurt your eardrums if you're highly sensitive. To follow in the next place, to support, to join with in proposing some measure. So when it comes to being the next in line, just keep in mind, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you deserve to suffer? Now you know what to do. Okay, so if you've already been through a lot right at this time, and you've seen everything in front of you, what's external of you, showing you to help you learn more about yourself and what you can heal, then use that to your advantage. All right, a little bit of distraction here. Turkey vulture. Their arm span is huge. I see a lot of them. Turkey vulture, transformation, renewal, cycles in life, release old habits, embrace new beginnings. Spiritual elevation, rise above the mundane, divine connection, personal growth, life and death, resilience, purification, seen as guides to carry prayers to, and the intention, to the afterlife, release of emotional burdens, growth, and renewal. That right there on that one cue card sums it up pretty much. What else do we have here? No, that's the one I already read already. So you could be doing certain things that are repetitive. Sometimes it feels a bit mundane. What is one thing you could do right now to help you? If it means taking a look at the signs and synchronicities that are in front of you, that's fine. Do not pretend you're feeling a certain way if you're not. Cancerians, you guys are with your emotions and stuff like that. When it comes to the moon energy, you can't really fake being happy if you're not. It doesn't usually work. I don't know how it works for some people, but for the most, with me being intuitive, if somebody is trying to be a certain way and I'm picking up on something else, it doesn't match. And I think that's something I learned early as a form to protect myself, because I wasn't fully sure of my surroundings and I constantly had to be on the lookout. So I picked up on cues really early so that it prevented me from getting in a situation where I couldn't protect myself. So I would notice if somebody's energy didn't match up with their physical gestures or their actions or their tone of voice or their facial gestures or even just their body language in general, if they were not matching up with the other one, and then I knew what to look for because I had to teach myself early for what the warning signs were. So from previous experience, if something was chaotic or something was happening, or if there's any form of like lashing out or something like that, physically, verbally, I picked up on that early and I learned that quick. So I mean, before even the age of 6. And this could be something that you're really good at. You're very intuitive. So you know what's already there that's not seen, but you have both the sun and the moon. So it's already shone the light on certain things, even if other people don't see it. Even if other people don't pick up on that, you pick up on that. And you're able to utilize that, which is good. And then we've got, what else do we pull here? Herbology may have the science that you need naturally. Do research or study all that interests you. Be curious and safe. All right, and for purposes of YouTube, I am not a licensed physician. So when you are doing certain things like taking herbs or any kind of flower or anything like that, make sure you consult somebody also to make sure it's safe for your body. And then validation of others is wanting to belong and recognition of self. Do you already belong? Are you worth so very much? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Do you feel the need to be around certain people that don't appreciate you? And why would you be needing that validation from them? I'll give you the validation right now. You're good on your own. You do not need other people to validate your worth and your value. Because clearly you're very intuitive and you're very intelligent and you have more than enough background, even with your ancestors coming in here, to support whatever it is that you want to go, whatever journey that you want to go on, whatever it is that you want to do in your life, whether you have some phobias or not, or whether other people are afraid of your choices that you make or not. You're not in this Five of Cups energy. So you're not crying over spilt milk. You're not worried about what's lost or what's going to be left behind. You're just focusing on the One Cup solely in front of you. And you do have a purple sheath. So you're able to use that third eye chakra. This doesn't feel like a stuck energy. Okay, what are we at? 25 minutes? What can we get? Past life oracle card. We had Egypt. For Cancerian, what else comes out here? Cancerian. Wars and battles. So not just in the physical realm, okay? And this one's enacting one that was for, this is more for like, I think this is US. What is it? The, oh God, I don't even know. Would they have civil war or something like that? Wars and battles. This could also be spiritual wars and battles as well. And this is something that's been going on for as long as conflict has, I want to say arose, but I don't think that's the word, arose. Interesting. This has been going on for a long time, regardless. So there's going to be times where people don't fully agree with what it is that you want to do or what you have to say, but don't lose touch with yourself and what you want. Okay, what's one thing you can do, remember, to help you? And what is the external, like, portion of you? So what's going on external of you, showing you to help you learn more about what you can heal. Can we get a little bit more for Cancerian? Sadism, a form of sexual perversion in which pleasure is taken in cruel treatment of the companion. Okay, there could have been forceful things done, or maybe people use certain things against other people, whether this is your own experience or what you have witnessed. But that could be a form of their fear too. If certain things were done behind the scenes, maybe you knew about it, or like I said, you used your intuition and you knew about certain things happening, even though the light had yet to be shone on it. And that created a sort of war or battle in itself, because you knowing the truth or wanting to expose the truth is going to have, for other people, a backlash, right? It's almost like a form of blackmail, but it's not with the intention to get anything from anybody. It's just to speak the truth. And that could really put some people in that fear of being exposed. And unfortunately, if you're rational about it, you know the best thing to do for yourself. Make sure you're okay. Make sure whoever is in jeopardy is okay. And this sort of shit is real. It does happen in our fucking reality, and these sort of things do happen. So seek out the proper help if you need it, okay? If you need to heal yourself, or if you're healing other people, make sure you're doing it responsibly. Okay, what else do we get here? More. Oh, that was a whole lot. Cancerian, I think you've been through quite a bit. What do we got? Thank you for all that you do. That's literally all that's on this cue card. Remember to thank yourself. I thank you for coming to this channel. If anything resonates with you good, don't make it fit. Don't force it, please. But remember to thank yourself. Thank your inner child too, because they're here. That little boy or girl is here. You got both the sun and the moon. That's a nice balance right there. So whatever you're doing it for good reason. And you're trying your best to keep grounded regardless of what's going on external of you. But again, it's going to show you what's going on the outside. Maybe certain things subconsciously that you need to take a look at. We got a couple more cards, and then I'm going to pull for the runes. Five of Clubs. Literally in itself, just chaos and conflict. So this is a bunch of people in the background that are fighting. In this depiction right here, it's a bunch of people fighting with clubs. Fighting over whatever it is that they're wanting. Maybe this is your presence, maybe this is your energy, maybe this is something that you have, that you were passed down from generation to generation, whether this be energetically or something physical like an item that it is worth quite a bit. There could be people fighting over that. And whether or not you're seeing it, I think you are well aware of it. Whether or not you can see it in front of your face. You can get a little bit more of this. And that goes hand in hand with the wars and battles. What else we got coming up here too? They can fight you. But if you're remaining peaceful, there's nothing to fight. Right? Five of Coins. Third party energy. People that come in usually use abuse and then walk out. This could also be just getting involved with multiple people behind the scenes, or people are keeping certain secrets that they shouldn't. This Five of Coins energy is kind of like, it's got the tattered rags energy, almost like lack. That's the word I want to use. It's like a lack energy, not having enough. These people may not feel like they have enough too. Or you yourself in the past could have felt like you don't have enough. But like I said, this Five of Cups energy that's normally in the upright for that sort of feeling, like the wallowing, self-pity bullshit, it's in the reverse. So you're not standing in that energy. But your strength, which should be in the upright, is in the reverse. So that is a bit of phobia, a bit of fear. But I think you're overcoming that just fine, or you're at least managing. That could be part of this masking energy too, not showing true feelings. And it goes the same. Just because you can read other people can read you too. Just keep that in mind, Cancerian, okay? So if you're not being your true, authentic self, other people may be able to read that too. Because you're not the only one. There's lots of people out there with gifts. We're all given gifts. And it's kind of, they tried to remove that from each of us. We all have different ones. Some of us have the same. Okay, these are Elder Firthark, and you can look them up. They have multiple meanings. Iwas, that's this one right here. Like I said, they have multiple meanings. Take it as it resonates for you. You're on a roll. And then we have a blank one, so that's moon energy. That's 2 for 2, moon energy. And then we have Gibo, that's gift. Remember, your gifts are for you to use. Use them for good. Have good intention. And then we have Othelon as well. Let's see. I don't know what else I could possibly... Yeah, just thank yourself. You've been working hard. You've been doing what you need to. You see things. Maybe you're not able to say things, or you haven't spoken anything, but you see what's going on anyway. I'll pull one more card. One more card. Oh. Root chakra. At some point I did mention that. Where was that? Yeah, red flag could also be root chakra. White flag is surrender. Remember to love you, please do. Surrendering doesn't always have to be bad. Not for a third party, but to the divine universe, because they're here to help you too.